1972 240z. And I'm really happy again to have the opportunity to drive one. You have to treat these cars with respect. So the owner of this car told me, on the straights, give it some gas. On the corners, don't give it the gas. Because 15 years has been spent in building this car into what it is now. It feels so light and agile. When I'm going to drop down into second. Yes.
This is my 1972 Datsun 240z. Had this car since 2002. Basically, it was a rolling chassis, no motor, no transmission. Had some interior. It was pretty shot. Decided to restore the car. Initially wanted to do an original restoration on it, but decided otherwise, and as you can see, it's been modified, highly modified. It has an RB26 out of a 96 Skyline GTR, forged bottom end, modified head, some porting, some light modification on the head, mild cams, mild Tomei cams on it. Turbo is a Garrett TO4Z turbo. It's known to be a little laggy, but since this is a light car, there's no problems in that part. Boost is set at 20 pounds. Power on 91. Gas is right around 550 at the wheels, and we upgraded to the flex fuel. And where last dyno was at 645.
And we're moving. The steering is sensitive, but the ratio is not that fast. But I'm feeling pretty confident in this. Suspension is pretty well set up. I've been driving the car for about half an hour, and I'm starting to get used to it, getting used to the way it corners, the way it turns. Concentration. I'm not talking that much because I'm concentrating coming into the corners. I've got the owner sitting next to me, and I'm sure he'll kill me if I crash it, so I need to be super careful. And I've got to tell you something. I want one of these cars. I'm a BMW guy. You can see on my channel that I love BMWs. I love German cars. But this is just so special. It's just vintage, it's a classic, and it's light, so I see it like it's a motorbike. A tremendous, accelerative, adrenaline-filled machine. It's a monster. I mean, the guy's Instagram handle is 240z Beast, and this is a beast. Again, into second. Acceleration is relentless, concentration is intense. I'm just rolling onto the throttle. There's no driver aids here. There's no computer that's going to help me out if I crash this car. It's me, it's my skill, it's about how I can put the power down. I'm losing my voice because I'm so excited. Across the tarmac. The power band is extremely linear. It holds 20 20 pounds of boost all the way to the red line. But it's a wonderful driving experience.
The injectors are 1100cc injectors. Pretty much the entire fuel system, the fuel pump, the surge tank, it's all built in. It has a fuel cell. It's being managed by Haltech Sport 2000.
Okay, on the throttle, here we go. 650 wheel horsepower, 2,500 pounds. That's nothing to be sniffed at. This is a beast.
Suspension is EMI Racing coilovers. A friend of mine did the entire suspension when I got the car. Pretty much the fabrication for the roll bar. It has coilovers with hypercoil springs, adjustable coilovers and hypercoil springs. Yeah, I did have an LSD in it with the clutches. It was making too much noise, so I switched to the Quaife rear end, R200 Quaife. Last thing I did on the car was the exhaust system. I upgraded. It had a 3-inch round tubing, and it was scraping at the bottom. And we went to a 3.5 from the downpipe all the way to the back oval tubing.
Okay, what about the transmission?
Transmission is out of a GTS-T turbo. Again, I got that used and didn't last too long with the power, so I have a same transmission, but it was originally ordered from Nissan, and it has better gears and synchros in it. Upgraded.
Third gear, some lag, and then it pulls, and here it comes, and then whoa! Now the thing about these seats, and I'm used to driving modern cars, is that the pedals are so close together, so I need to be careful not to hit the accelerator when I'm braking. Believe me, you can say, oh yeah, you're an amateur, but drive one of these cars and you'll know what I'm talking about. Again, third, lag, and then here we go. I mean, it's not a modern car, so you just can't get into this car and go wide open throttle straight away. It will bite you, you will crash, you may die. But if you respect the car and just ease into that throttle before you go full throttle, the car is devastatingly fast. It's brutally fast. The power level is just the right match to the chassis. As soon as you turn the wheel, the car turns with you. There's no inertia. You know, this is a classic example of why you would want to own an older car, a classic car. And I've said it before, this modern powertrain in an older car is like a match made in heaven. It's a Nissan engine, a Nissan chassis. The noise from the RB26 is legendary.
Tires are 275 in the rears, 4017s, and the fronts are 245 4017s on CCW wheels. Intercooler was custom made by Bell Intercoolers. Oil cooler is a set trap oil cooler mounted between the intercooler and the radiator. Roll cage was built by a friend of mine. It's a roll bar actually. It's SCCA approved roll bar. Car was originally set up for road racing, but I feel like it will do pretty good at a drag strip, but I haven't taken it to the drag strip yet.